Hi, I'm Judy Griffin with Aroma Help Texas, and today we're going to finish the consciousness blends that we've been working on for willpower, determination, all these things to make a successful endeavor in life. And even on an everyday level, we're going to make a success consciousness type blend today and learn how to be a winner by using aromatherapy. So I'm going to do 2 blends. So stick with me, it's going to be a little bit different. We have our jojoba oil is what I'm using right now for a carrier oil, sweet almond oil, whatever oil you like. And I'm using a 1/2 ounce this time. I'm going to use the same proportions I would use for an ounce. So if you choose to use an ounce instead of a 1/2 ounce, you'll still use the same amount of drops. I'm just trying to make a stronger blend in this case. Sometimes I just need an extra push with my aromatherapy. So the first thing we're going to work on in winning in the day, this can be a daily blend if you like, is to work on natural spontaneity. And that works with determination as kind of a balance. So the blend I'm going to do a floral type blend, and then I'm going to do a spicy type blend. So if you don't like one, you'll like the other, or there may be some days you want a floral blend and some days you might want a spicy blend. What I'm trying to teach you is to have some variety and use your ideas and knowledge and your nose to make some special blends yourself. So I'm going to start, of course, with our base notes, and we need 6 drops of those. The first one I'm going to use in the floral blend is sandalwood, because I love it. It's so smooth. And I need 4 drops. Where are you? Okay. And that's about 70%, if you go by percentages, of the base note is going to be sandalwood. Very smooth. Then I'm going to use piggery balsam, which anything that is a balsam is a vanilla-like scent. So it's going to give it that smooth, it's going to work with sandalwood with that smooth scent, and it's going to be vanilla. And we're only going to use 2 drops, which is about 15% of the blend. And the other part of the base note is going to be benzoin styrax, which is also a vanilla-like scent. It's very light, but it's wonderful in a blend. So we have a nice base going in here. And then I'm going to, and it's for natural spontaneity, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this blend before I start the other one, because I think it might be too confusing. So the main part of the blend is going to be for balance, and what we're doing is using essential oils and amphorages that remove self-imposed restrictions that you do yourself and help us shine through those obstacles through the day. And the heart note or middle note is going to be 15 drops. I am going to start with a few of the amphorages and blends that we make. One is Free the Spirit, and you don't have to have these in here, but I like to have just a drop or 2. This is a blend that has blue tansy in it, that's why. I love blue tansy, I love the scent of it. And we get it from Morocco, and it's a very herbaceous scent. People just love it. And then Free the Spirit goes along with removing these obstacles. And then I'm going to put a drop of Indian paintbrush, which is not a really scented enfleurage so much. It smells just like the native plant. But it works on a success consciousness, and it won't affect the blend negatively. It'll help push that success consciousness to, it's not just working in your brain, it's in your everything. The way you look, the way you act, the way you prepare, the way you complete. That's all part of your success consciousness. So this is part of our heart blend. And then I'm going to go to actually a main one, which is jasmine. Ooh, I like jasmine. And I'm going to put 3 drops. Just going to be a good amount in our blend. I just got to do this. Oh, that's great. And then I'm going to combine it. You can combine it with rose or rose geranium, which is less expensive. And we're going to do 3 drops of that. So you can see it's a very floral note. If you have gardenia, you could use gardenia. You could use tuberose, something that you like with a very floral scent. And that's going to work on removing self-imposed restrictions. You don't realize you're taking them into your day, but you are. It's just, we're going to start really fresh, very innocent, and then we're going to get into the head notes, the top notes, which work with right relations, right relationships. This has to do with being able to read somebody or feel somebody in such a way that you know if this is a good thing for you or not, okay? Because you'll be working with people possibly throughout the day. And I'm going to use Elaine. And I'm going to use all Elaine on this one, so it's going to be 9 drops. You could use or add neroli. We only use Elaine extra. Let me step back with that. But if we wanted to make a chord of 3 or more top notes, we could use neroli. We could use sweet orange. We could use rosewood if we wanted to keep it mellow. And this is going to be wonderful. We're going to cap it up, and I want to, while I'm thinking of it, put my date. And what it is. You've got to label it. Then we're going to go to our spicy blend. It's doing the same kind of things using different essential oils. Now, we respond to scents all differently, just like our brain is basically wired the same, but we use it in many different ways that are different with each other. So we can do that with essential oils. Don't expect everybody to like floral or spicy or something else, woody. But we're going to make this up. It's just going to be strong now. We're going to use cedar wood. We use 4 drops of cedar wood. Now we're using Texas cedar wood. You can use Virginia or Atlas cedar wood. I save Himalayan cedar wood as a high note, top note, because it's very, very light. And it lifts very quickly, and that's what a top note is. Now, for the stinker, we're going to use a couple drops of vetiver, when you use it in a blend, it's wonderful. But by itself, it's very strong, almost musty smelling. So we've mixed it with cedar. We've got two very heavy notes. And these are still working with natural spontaneity to balance with determination. So the next thing we're going to do is work on the middle note. And I chose cinnamon bark. If you could choose clove if you like it. Use 5 drops of that. We're still going to use Free the Spirit, or I'm going to use it, just a drop, 2. And Indian Paintbrush, which is a native Texan type plant. It actually grows in several states. And it's really good for success consciousness. Okay, so now we have cinnamon. We're going to add either cardamom or coffee. Think about it. Cardamom is very smooth and it's great for digestion and stomach problems, such like that. It's mellow. So if you need that in your blend or who you're working with, then we'll use cardamom or we'll use coffee. And coffee is there to be a pick-me-up type part to our blend. I'm going to use coffee. Oh, I can smell that already. And then we want to have a top note. We have some choices here. Think about what's right for you or the person you're working with. We can either use lavender, and I'm using spike lavender with an oriental type of blend or spicy type of blend. And it's very good for smoothing out the vetiver. It blends very well with that, as well as cabruva. Or we could use ginger root. And ginger root is an excellent top note, but I wouldn't use both of them. I'd either use spiked lavender or I'd use ginger root. And I think either one would go well with coffee or cardamom and cinnamon. And we're going to use 9 drops of that. Time to take a little sniff. Now that's going to be really interesting. Make sure that you take at least a week, 2, even 3 weeks for this spicy blend. You're going to, you can smell it a little bit outside, but don't open it up for, a couple of weeks, because it's going to have a very interesting type of unique blend to it. And right now you'll smell all the different layers of individual essences that we've used, but you won't when we let it sit for a while, especially with that vetiver, because it's really a strong essence. We're going to label it. We're going to put these in a dark place like a cabinet where it's away from light and heat. Any of our, any citrus that we use or lavender, I would refrigerate, okay? And I think that's all we need to do there. We didn't really use citrus this time, something different. And we'll be back next week. I want to hear your questions, and I have some questions I need to answer with y'all. I just want to keep this a little bit short today since we had two different blends, and we'll discuss some more of this in the next session. We'll see you in a week. Like, share, subscribe, all those things. Call me with questions or email. Thank you. Bye-bye.